So to improve a place like this, you've got to have vision. You've got to be able to pull an idea out of the sky, put it on paper, and then bring it to reality. So one of the things we want to do here is ensure that in every pasture, every section of the ranch, all the animals have a shelter that they can use to get out of the rain, out of that cold northern wind. Yes, I have learned not to complain about wintertime in Texas, but it really does. It does get cold here. When it does, it gets really cold, and our animals need a place to go. Something a little better than Lady's barn here.
He's clearly ready. Let's take a quick look into my past and get this project started. Once upon a time, we lived way up north in Grayson County, Texas. I remember those days, and look at Esco, he was just a young pup back then. We built the most amazing loafing shed for our horses to keep them out of the wind and the rain. Until we had a really gnarly storm, which pulled the whole thing out of the ground, sackcrete and all, sent the loafing shed next door to the neighbor's property, and no kidding, tomahawked that son of a bitch into my neighbor's hay barn. Are you kidding me? I would like to avoid this situation in the future, but I still need 2 loafing sheds and a couple of barns. So I call people who do this literally every day.
For metal buildings or for...
Yeah, I don't know if it's best builder or best metal buildings in Fayette County. I can't remember what the...
I know everybody talks about you, but I know I've seen you in like that best of list.
Meet Brandon and Jeremy from Supak's Building Supply in Grange, Texas.
What we do is so exciting because you come in with a piece of paper and you sketch out an idea. We order a load of steel, and before you know it, it's heading out on a trailer as a complete barn or house or somebody's dream every time. So that's what's exciting. You're building somebody's dream every time. I know that sounds corny, but they're only going to build one building. We might build 100 a year, but we still want to make every one of them special because it is special to that person. And that's how
I appreciate their customer service orientation and attention to detail because I have some very, very specific requests considering my history with loafing sheds.
Customers are never a challenge.
But they're always an opportunity. They're always a great opportunity.
So, but it really is enjoyable. You know, as Jeremy said earlier, you know, to see the finished product and the customer to be happy, it's definitely a very rewarding business for sure.
So these guys are great. They are every bit as pleasant as they appeared in that last scene. Next up, I have received the estimate, the full price. I'm going to walk you through that. They did a good job accounting for literally every single screw, every bolt, every piece of metal, so I know what everything costs and what it's going to cost me in the end, payment breakdown, etc. As you can tell behind me, we have some beautiful southern winds hitting the windmill, but that's changing very soon, so I'm hoping we can get this project underway and get some shelter for these animals before the weather turns south or north. You know what I mean.
We're going to start this initiative with 2 loafing sheds with a total all-in cost of $11,997, broken into 4 payments throughout the entire process. The guys from Supak's made it out on February the 8th to drill holes and pour the concrete pillars for the loafing shed. Step 1 in construction. I remember this day vividly. It was the only day in the month of February we were not in town. We were in Huntsville running the Rocky 50. Good time, but when it was over, I wanted to come home and sleep in a barn for about 4 days. The weather is definitely turned. It's about 30 degrees, nasty. It's a perfect day to start building some loafing sheds. What do you think, Pilgor? I know, Finn. It's cold, and that was stupid. But here are the guys, right on time. Looks like we are going to get started as planned, despite this cold, nasty weather. Unfortunately, the hoodlums are now confined to Gazebo because of their burning desire to help the guys with construction. We can't have that. 28 degrees, 40 mile an hour gusts. What a great day to hang metal. Let's go check on the guys. Okay, gotta give it to them. The construction crew is just as pleasant as the sales guy, despite weather conditions, and it looks like we're going to be finished with assembly on day 2. Yes, it is that unpleasant out here, but these guys are doing great work.
Yeah, so concerning the foundation, on loafing sheds like this, 3-sided figure, buildings in particular, a lot of people will go and drill a post hole in the ground and fill it with some sackcrete.
Saccharine? What kind of a goober would just drill holes and anchor their loafing sheds with saccharine? I don't know. What would be the alternative to this reckless measure?
We always try to dig 2-foot diameter hole, 6 or 8 feet deep, fill it with concrete. That's, a yard of concrete in each hole or pretty close to it, So you've got, 3,500 or 4,000 pounds of weight holding each corner down. It's going to be pretty tough for a wind to pick that up and leave with it.
And I gotta say, this process has been way better, also better than I expected. And working with you and Jeremy to get everything quoted out and get it started, and then having people out here almost immediately was awesome. And your crew, man, they were great. I felt really bad because the first day they're out here hanging metal in the rain, and the second day it's like 30 degrees with like 40 mile an hour straight line winds, but man, they got it done. 2 days, these were in and done and turnkey. This thing is awesome, and I can't wait for that next project.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the business. We appreciate it.
Don't forget to click on the windmill to make all of your wildest dreams come true. Or at least you'd be subscribed to our channel. You can come back and visit us anytime, and that is also pretty cool.